Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my recommendations for the Beautylish gift card event. If you'd like to see that, please keep watching. I've been a fan of Beautylish ever since they started. I love that they carry more niche products and their customer service is always excellent. Actually, that's one of the things that I initially noticed about them. There are so many beautiful products on Beautylish, but I'll be focusing more on luxury beauty and things that rise above the rest in that category. Starting off with Sisley, there is a product called the Blur Expert Powder, this one right here. And I don't love this on top of makeup. However, under makeup, this is beautiful. It has a perfecting effect on the skin in terms of evening out skin tone as well as smoothing out texture. So I'm showing you the side by side where I just apply it on one side of my face. So you can kind of see how it looks just on the face directly. And then as I was applying my foundation, I really noticed that there was a difference in the pores. So it was much smoother on the side where I applied this. I was trying to figure out what was so different, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I applied this product first. So there is a much smoother physical texture from applying this first. So again, it not only blurs discoloration, but also blurs the texture, which I really love. So that's a really unique product if you don't already have it. Then for foundations, I'm so happy that Beautylish is carrying Chantecaille. I feel like out of all the brands out there, I can really speak with some degree of intelligence about Chantecaille because I have tried so many of their products. I'm lucky enough to receive many of their products as well. So any of their base products are gorgeous. So I'll show you the application of the tinted moisturizer. That's what I have on now. I have a blend of two shades. Glow, which is a lighter, warmer shade, and then there's Tan, which is a cooler, deeper shade. So I had Tan initially, but it was too deep for me, so I mixed the two together. I'll show you application on the right side of my face without the Blur Expert Powder, just so you can see what that looks like on skin all by itself. It has such a smooth texture, and I had a question about why I love this one so much. It does go on so beautifully. It makes the skin look just enhanced. It blurs. It doesn't totally cover up, but it does have more coverage than, say, one of their other products that I'll talk about in a moment. So it's like the medium level for them, and it looks gorgeous all day long. So it is one of my very favorite, if maybe not my favorite, tinted moisturizer. So I did want to put that on today so you could see what that looks like. I don't get to wear it as often because I try on so many foundations, but I really do love this. Whenever I go back to them, I'm really, really happy with everything. They also carry the Future Skin Foundation by Chantecaille, if you're not familiar. It is their lightest weight foundation. In fact, they use this a lot on HD TV and film because it's almost undetectable on the skin. I have mine in the shade Cream, which is a beautiful one because it has a bit of peach, and I always love it on my skin. It just balances out and really enhances the tone of my skin. And you can build this up and it never feels cakey. It's a really special product. So if you are looking for something lighter weight, but that you can also build up, this is beautiful as well. For a little bit more coverage though, I would go in with the tinted moisturizer. Since I have so many shades in various Chantecaille products, I thought I'd swatch some of them here. So we have the two tinted moisturizers. This is Glow and this is Tan. So this product right here in the tube. In addition, I have a few shades of the Future Skin. Cream, which is my preferred shade. I also have here Shea and then Sand. So you can see the difference in the warmth as well as the depth. And if you're interested, I have a video that I filmed a little while ago where I swatched everything I had at that time in case you'd like to see everything, including luminescent eye shades. I have those as well. And finally, they have the Cushion Foundation, which is an amazing foundation if you want perfected skin and for it to last a long time. So this has the highest coverage of them all, and it's very buildable. In fact, I have two shades. I have Nude and Wheat. So Nude is a bit cooler and lighter. Wheat is warmer and deeper. And I use this shade Nude as a concealer. So I can just spot conceal with this too, and I have discoloration. So it does a really nice job of concealing while not creating texture, which you can get with concealers, especially up here where I have pores. I will see texture if the concealer is too thick, and I do need some pretty substantial coverage, not as much as before, but still I need coverage there, but it can't create too much texture at the same time. So this works beautifully as that as well. I can see with that Blur Expert powder, though, it is a much smoother texture here compared to here because of that. So I love that. That's a great long wear foundation as well. So it's not completely transfer proof, but it's definitely transfer resistant. So that's the difference between those three. And I actually have several shades of Future Skin as well. I have 5 out of 8 of the shades. Starting here, we have Aura, then Alabaster, Vanilla, Nude, and Wheat. And let me know if you have more questions if you'd like, but I have a lot of experience with all 3 of those products. So let me know again if you want more information. Next, let's talk about this concealer, which I love because I don't have to powder. And powdering right in this area, especially for more mature skin, can increase the visibility of any texture in that area, especially when you smile. So I love that this does not need to be set because that eliminates that whole cakiness or the crepiness that you can get right here. So even though this is more expensive, it has lasted for such a long time. This is still my original one. So if you see my videos, I use this pretty much in every video and there's still quite a bit left in there. Then the Perfect Blur Powder. Now this has been something that's come into stock and then gone away and then come out in like limited edition packaging, and then that went away as in it's sold out, and then finally it is back in the permanent collection. So there are 2 shades of this, and I love it because it, again, kind of like the Sisley Blur Expert, it perfects the texture as well as discoloration. So it kind of color corrects a little bit because of the peachy tone. So I love this for the center of my face. It's a great shade, the light medium. So you can see half and half how that looks. Applied just to the front of my face. You can see it takes down shine. It also evens out skin tone even a little bit more and perfects in terms of smoothing. So there's another shade called Medium Deep, which is this shade here. And that's perfect for my forehead area because my forehead is always deeper than the rest of my face. And if I put on the light medium, it's too light. So I apply that to my forehead sometimes. I will use it as a bronzer sometimes as well. Speaking of bronzer, this is the one that was, I believe, my favorite of the year last year. I still love it so much, and it also lasts a long time. I've used this over and over again. It just has the most beautiful shade, especially for my skin tone. There's a bit of warmth to it, and there's also a slight sheen to it, so you get a bit of a glow. Nothing sparkly or shimmery in there, but definitely a very subtle glow with this. So I think it is one of the most beautiful bronzers out there. So definitely, again, worth the investment. These are all things that I'm really happy with whenever I use them, and sometimes when I'm not sure what to pull, I will pull these because I know for sure they will work. I also wanted to mention I do kind of a double concealing, well, more like concealing with the Sisley, and then I'll brighten right here, very targeted, usually with La Prairie, but I will also go in with this product. It's very nice. It's a Chantecaille like camouflage stilo. It has a little bit more of a reflective quality, nothing shimmery, but because of the texture, I don't want to say shiny, but it reflects the light because of the physical texture of this product. So it brightens this area right here, does a beautiful job. You can use it on other parts of your face too, but it, again, has a little bit of that smoother texture to it. So you're gonna get a little bit of light reflecting off of it. Again, I have mine in 4C, a lovely one. Also, no need to powder this one under the eye area. For eyeshadows, the Chantecaille Luminescent Eye Shades. Now, I'm not a fan of shimmer or glitter or anything like that, but because these are so special, these do have some intermittent little particles that reflect the light, and you can use these dry. So I'm going to show you dry as well as with a little bit of water. So sometimes I'll take a little bit of the Chantecaille Rose Water and I will integrate that so that I get a different kind of application. It's much more dense and smoother, and I think is really beautiful with a little bit of that water introduced because it just is so even going on in a really beautiful, consistent way. I just love it with a little bit, like I said, of water applied. I just love the effect. I think it's so pretty. And then for mascara, the Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara. It is my holy grail mascara. I've gone through so many of these. I don't even know how many I've gone through, but you can see the application is just so easy. I go in with a couple of coats. You can build this one up and go in with many coats, which I've done before, 3, 4, 5 coats maybe. It always looks beautiful, never clumpy, doesn't flake, doesn't smudge. Always really pleased with my lashes when I use this. So I can't say enough about this mascara. Then going in with the Sonia G1 brush. It's a pencil brush that works really well in this area right here, as well as the inner corner. I use that one a lot for the inner corner and also right here. So if you're looking for a pencil brush, that one's a beautiful one. Then for cheeks, I thought that you could only get this in a like a bundle, but I found this as a solo, not a solo, but it's by itself. It's the GOSS blush, and anytime I've worn this, I've gotten compliments on it. It's in the shade Coral Rose, and I just love how soft this one is. It's like a veil of color. Actually, I think it's called the Weightless Veil Blush Palette, which I think is the perfect name for it. So I can bring it all the way up to the front. It does have a bit of a sheen to it. Again, nothing glittery, nothing shimmery in there, but not completely matte either. This one's not completely matte, but you can see how beautifully it glows. So I just love this one, and I'm always pleased with my makeup whenever I use this one. So this one is a little bit harder to go overboard on. I can go overboard on blush on accident because I love blush so much, but this one is really difficult to get wrong. I think it's such a pretty blush. It's kind of like a neutral blush for me because I'm kind of warm, so it goes with a lot of different makeup looks as well. Cool, warm, neutral, it always works. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the brush I used as well, the Ray Morris brushes. This is the Deluxe Kabuki, and then I also go in with this mini Kabuki. I use these for blushes. They're really great for picking up more dense product. A little bit aggressive though if you have a softer product, but really great for more dense products. But I love those. I think it targets the color really well. Sometimes when the brushes are too fluffy, the blush for me can get away. This way I can keep this in the exact area where I want to. But I went in with a little pop of color with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. So as you can see, I used the little brush with this blush right here from the Unlocked Universe Unlocked palette. That's what it's called, the Hourglass Universe Unlocked palette, which I've been using daily since I got it. I put on sunscreen and then I use this and these blushes and this bronzer. I just don't use the highlighter. So that is available. I just wanted to point that out on the Beautylish site. Oh, did I say what shade I used? I used Rhinoceros. The luminescent eye shades are gorgeous. This is a sophisticated olive, by the way. Any of the shades are beautiful. All shades, any shade, just pick one. You'll love it, depending on whatever shade you like. But they're all kind of like neutral. Like I feel like they'll work for most people, all of the shades. So like I said, just pick what you normally would like and go with that. Okay, so I forgot to mention, I love to refine my eyeshadow with this brush. It's the 6.5 by Ray Morris. It's got an interesting shape, but you just sweep it over your eyes. I'll show you a little demo of how that goes, but you just put some pressure down, and instead of like swirling and blending, you can just take this and wipe it kind of like a windshield wiper and smooth things out and blend. You can go over and over, you can flip it over and also kind of get in this crease area if you need a little bit of blending in that area. This is a really unique brush and I love this. I use this all the time. I also wanted to mention Chantecaille's eyeliners. I have mine in Slate. I tightlined with that. I mean, I don't have mine in Slate. I have many of the shades, but I used Slate today to tightline with. So it's a beautiful gray color. So if you're looking for a really easy eyeliner to apply, these are beautiful. They just glide on, they don't tug. Really beautiful eyeliners. I just took a look at the site and I did spot Slate and one of my other favorite shades, Black Forest. So we have here Slate, and this is the shade Black Forest. I did want to mention just a few skincare items that I use daily. Just a few because I use a lot, but I think that these have been ones that I've maybe repurchased the most or replaced the most, or received the most because Chantecaille does send me, again, PR, but the Nano Gold Energizing Eye Serum, I love this. I use it day and night. It has a roller ball on it. Nice cooling sensation. Just be careful, it's glass though, and this lasted me an entire year. So that's another thing about Chantecaille's products. Like I said, I do know quite a bit about the line, but a little goes a long way. So even though the price point's a bit higher, it lasts a long time. It saves on packaging because you're not constantly repurchasing and purchasing, which means I've been using these for years. That's why, even though I replace them more often, it's not as often as it would be if the packaging didn't hold as much product. I hope that made sense. And then this product, the Stress Repair Concentrate, you can use this in the eye area, on other areas. So I go in with the roller ball and then I apply that right under here in the under eye area, day and evening as well. Even though it's fairly new, I think I'm on my third or maybe even fourth one. It's the Purifying and Exfoliating Phytoactive Solution. I use this day and evening. It's kind of an expressway for all of the other products that you apply on your face after this. So I love this. Depending on your skin type, you may want to use this less or more because it is 10% AHA. I forgot to mention the lip. I'm wearing a Sisley lip. It's one of my favorite lipstick formulas. This is in the shade 43 Rouge Capri. I haven't had a chance to wear this on camera yet because I've been filming so many other things, but it's a beautiful fall shade. Lovely, lovely red shade though. For my wish list, it's very short. There's one product I know I'd love to pick up. It's the Sisley Stylo Lumiere Radiance Booster Highlighter Pen. So I'm really interested in that. I've had questions about it, but I don't know about it. So I do want to pick it up and see how that works. And then I'm also interested in some Sisley blushes. But then past that, not very much. So let me know what you think I should put on my list because I will also be shopping this promotion. So I appreciate you taking the time to leave your recommendations in the comments section below. And let me know if there's anything you'd like me to purchase so that you can see how it works. But that is it for today's video. So please take care of each other. Stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.